Hello everyone and welcome to this video. Today I'm going to be doing a Blast Dual Blades build because I really like Blast Ailment as, well, a thing to use a lot because it provides you a little bit of burst consistent damage over just plain raw and crit. You can, for most people I know they prefer high crit, high element for dual blades, but I like jack of all trades weapons a little bit more. So someone might be saying, why don't you just use raw? And while that is probably better than ailment weapons, especially for dual blades proc ailment really quickly, so you get more blast procs in general compared to most weapons. So for the weapon itself, obviously I'm going for the Soulfire Fang Sticks, which is the Lunastra Xeno'jiiva weapons, and that is because you get razor sharp spare shot from it. And what razor sharp does is it reduces the amount of sharpness you go through. And for something like dual blades, that's really nice because obviously you chew through sharpness like nobody's business. For the charm itself, I went for the Handicraft charm, level 5. This is the completely maxed out Handicraft charm. You could go for the attack boost charm instead, but I went with Handicraft because I find higher Handicraft is a little bit better, at least for me, for the dual blades than the attack boost. Plus you can get a lot of attack anyways, as you can see, at least level 4. Probably a little bit higher if you wanted to with this build. As always, the equipment, the mantles, or the boosters, you could use whatever you want depending on the monster you are fighting or your personal preference. For the helmet, we have the Kaiser Crown B. This gives us latent power and 2 points into crit eye, as well as a level 4 decoration slot. Latent power, what that does is after about 10 minutes in a hunt, or every 10 minutes, you get a boost to your stamina depletion. You get a free dash juice, as well as you gain some affinity, some crit chance. I don't know how much it is exactly. It's 10%, and then you reduce your stamina depletion by 30%. So pretty good for when it procs. It's just that it procs so late into the hunt that most of the time the monster is already dead or near death, so most people don't take this. But if you ever do have a longer hunt for whatever reason, it's nice to have it, I suppose, but we're not actively picking this for that. We're picking this for the level 4 decoration slot, the 2 points into critical eye, and the Master's Touch bonus set. For the chest piece, we have the Garuga Male B. This is young Garuga's chest piece. It gives us a level 4 decoration slot, 1 point into earplugs, which is negligible, and 2 points into critical eye, which is what we're really going for this for. For the gloves, we have the Kaiser Van Braces B, which is Teostra's gloves. This gives us 1 point into weakness exploit, 1 level 4 decoration slot, and 1 level 3 decoration slot, as well as heat guard, which again, like latent power, we're not actively going for, but it's a nice little bonus to have. And lastly, we are going for, this will be the second point into Teostra technique for Master's Touch. The waist is the Kaiser Coil B, which is Teostra's waist piece. This gives us a level 4, level 2, and level 1 decoration slot, 2 points into blast attack, and our last and final point into Teostra technique, which gives us Master's Touch. Master's Touch, when you crit, you have a chance to not use up sharpness, and like before with the razor sharp, for the dual blades, it is very nice to have this, so you go through sharpness a lot less quickly. And lastly, for the equipment itself, we have the young, Garuga Greaves B. These are young Garuga's legs. This gives us a level 4, a level 2 and another level 2 decoration slot, as well as 2 points into critical eye. For the decorations themselves, we end up in the Soulfire sticks. We have a Shaver Jewel. This just means when we use Clutch Claw moves on the monster, we have a easier time tenderizing the monster's weak spots, or in general, allowing us to make use of what weakness exploit a little bit better, which we have maxed out, as well as a higher chance of the monster dropping their slinger ammo. And for some monsters, like the ones that drop the blast ones, or the thorn pods, it's pretty nice. The next one we have in the weapons is a weakness exploit. We have this maxed out because, well, we had the room to make it work, honestly, which is pretty nice. So our attacks on weak spots have 30% increased affinity, so we go from 65 to 95. And then when we hit on wounded parts, we get 20%. So it would go from 65 to 85. And if you mix those together, obviously we are going well above 100%. So if all goes according to plan and you're able to hit the tenderized spot and it's a weak spot, we will end up with over 100% crit chance, so you'll always be critting, always proccing Master's Touch, which will save you sharpness in the long run. In the Kaiser Crown B, we have a Blast Jewel Plus. This is so we max out our blast attack, so we are proccing blast as quickly as possible, as often as possible. In the Yongaruga Male B, we have a Sprinter and Attack combo jewel. Sprinter is really nice for dual blades as it lowers your stamina depletion when you are in demon mode. And obviously attack boost just raises our base raw attack. The next level 4 decoration slot is in the Kaiser Vambraces. This gives us Stone Thrower and Attack Boost as a combo jewel. Slinger capacity for the dual blades I really like because it gives your little slinger shot juke move you get to do it at least once or two more times before you run out, depending on the ammo that you have. And of course attack boost is attack boost, which raises our raw base damage. The level 3 decoration slot in the Vambraces is another weakness exploit. This just maxes it out completely, so we have as much affinity and as much damage as possible. In the Kaiser Coil B, the level 4 combo decoration slot, we have a Sheath and Expert combo jewel. Quick Sheath doesn't matter too much for dual blades because you already sheath so quickly, but the critical eye goes a long way as this helps us max out our critical chance or our affinity. The level 2 decoration slot, we have a Critical Boost jewel. Critical Boost is a very good 1-point wonder skill, and if you don't know what that means, it means 1 point into it is more than enough for this skill, as you get very diminishing returns per level for this skill, because you go from 0% boosted crit damage to 30%, and then it only goes up by 5 from there. So it's really only worth putting in 1 point unless you can sneak some extra critical boost in. It doesn't hurt, but it's unwise to, usually. In the level 1 decoration slot, we have another attack boost jewel. This brings our attack up to +3. This just raises our base raw attack damage. And the next combo jewel, we have a Fortitude and attack combo jewel. Fortitude isn't a skill I would normally recommend unless you're speedrunning, but it's really only here because I don't have a better attack combo jewel to put in here. And then obviously attack boost just raises our base attack damage. And of course, for most fast hitting weapons or weapons that go through sharpness very quickly, the Protective Polish Jewel or the Sharp Jewel, which Prevents weapon sharpness from lowering after you sharpen your weapon. I believe this effect lasts for a minute, but do not quote me on that. And lastly, in the Greaves, we have a Refresh Jewel. This just makes it so our stamina recovers 10% faster. Not a crazy amount, but dual blades go through stamina very, very quickly. So 1 point is more than enough to help alleviate it a little bit. This is really just a comfort pick. You could pick something else if you really wanted to. You could go for another crit boost. You could go for a crit draw. You could go for charger if you wanted to. That helps you fill up your demon mode gauge a little bit faster. You could go for power prolonger, so the dual blades stay in the powered up mode a little bit longer. You go for destroyer. You go for you go for a lot of things. Honestly, there's a lot of room. There's a lot of wiggle room for this level 2 decoration slot. And for the augments on this weapon, I have an affinity boost level 1, so it goes from 10% affinity to 20%. I have a defense boost, so it gives us plus 15 defense for just wielding this weapon. And I have 3 points into, I have 2 points into element status effect up. This is because the base blast ailment of the Soulfire Fang sticks is, I believe, 100 or 110. So getting 2 points into this just brings it up a little bit more, so our blast procs more often. If you don't want to do element or status effect up, I recommend either the I forget what it's called, the augment that heals you for damage dealt, or base attack increases. Anyways, that is all for this video. I hope you have a wonderful day, evening, or night, and I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye.